We will start our presentation by explaining you the summary of The Lord of the Rings: Two Towers.
We'll cut to the chase. It
The
sucked.
story begins when Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas set off on an expedition to find Merry and Pippin.
They were captured by orcs in the last book. They escape from the orcs and meet Treebeard in a forest.
Treebeard is one of the Ents, a civilization that just happened to be trees, like this beautiful lady next to me.
Merry and Pippin, along with the Ents, go to storm Isengard, where they are met by Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, who are accompanied by the Riders of Rohan.
Led by Treebeard, the army defeats Saruman, the evil wizard of Isengard. Now, some might oppose us and say that Lord of the Rings: Two Towers is one of the best books that literature has to offer. Now, some would find the Lord of the Rings: Two Towers enjoyable, for the Lord of the Rings: Two Towers has action-packed war full of excitement. But to tell you the truth, the Lord of the Rings: Two Towers was just a combination of battling and traveling. Think about it. All that happened in the Lord of the Rings: Two Towers was the army battling orcs and traveling to fight them again. Nothing else really happened in the Lord of the Rings, which is why Aditya and I dislike the book. And why you should too.
Millions of people have hated the Two Towers.
I hated the Two Towers.
I hated the Two Towers. Who calls
Millions
that?
of people have hated the Two Towers. Why wouldn't you? Just listen to what Ray Rice, the Baltimore Ravens running back, thinks about the Lord of the Rings: Two Towers.
Before I read the Two Towers,
I was making every single touchdown in that book.
oh yeah, touchdown!
After I read The Lord of the Rings: Two Towers, I couldn't even do anything. I thought that life was boring. Just imagine how boring this book was. Just look at some of the Lord of the Rings: Two Towers unsatisfied customers. After reading the book, they could never read a piece of literature again. That's how boring it was. As we mentioned earlier, the constant battle and travel is just extremely boring. And once you pick this book up, you're never going to touch a piece of writing again. The Lord of the Rings: Two Towers was an appropriate example of the dark side of literature. There was such an enormous amount of soldiers in their brigade that one could not keep track of which one was which. Avoid this book for its strong vocabulary and unclear storyline.